Google Ads. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide. So in the Google Ads platform, your goals are going to determine the strategy that you use for your campaigns. Overall, all of your goals with your ad campaigns will probably fall under one of these 5 categories, be it brand awareness or exposure, sales to a e-commerce website or in-store, phone calls, lead form submissions, or generating community engagement. And we can capture all of those goals through the 2 networks that Google Ads operate on, being the search network and the display network. The search network is a more active browsing experience. It's what you think of when you think of Google. Someone goes and types something into the search query bar, hits enter, gets the search engine results page, and sees a list of results. The display network is a more passive browsing experience where users browsing relevant content will see your ads pop up in a banner on the side or in a video that they're watching or so on, where they're not actively searching for your business or services, but are seeing relevant content deemed to be connected to it and are able to see that. So the different ad types that we'll mainly be using across these 2 platforms are responsive display ads, which go on the display network. These are comprised mainly of images and headlines, and that's what you would typically see in like a banner on the side as you're scrolling through a website. YouTube ads cover both the search network and display network because YouTube is a search engine. You can type stuff into that search bar, see sponsored results pop up, but then also we have the banners on the sides as well as short video ads available before, during, and after actual YouTube content posted by users. And then the shopping ads are also going to be on the search network. These are directly connected to an e-commerce website where you'd be able to show off your products, their ratings, the price and name immediately on that search result page. Phone call ads also on the search network. These are going to mainly be showing up on mobile devices. So instead of a link to your website, when somebody clicks on those, they would automatically call your business rather than navigating to the site. Bringing us lastly to responsive search ads, which are the main type of ad on the search network. These are the ones that look the most like the organic results, usually a combination of about 3 headlines and 2 descriptions, maybe some extensions afterwards. But these are the ones that you think of when you think of Google Ads. You search something and the results pop up. It's most likely a responsive search ad. And then once we have established a goal for a campaign and ad direction, we're going to want to start setting things up. There are multiple layers within the ads account. The first section of the umbrella being the campaigns. The campaign level is where we're going to set up the budget, bid strategy being maximizing clicks or conversions or impressions, location targeting, ad schedule, what time your ads are able to show, and the campaign objective, which may be sales, phone calls, lead form submissions, stuff like that. And then once we have the campaign set up, within that you can set up multiple ad groups. And this is where your product or service categories would be differentiated. So each ad group has tightly related keywords, ad content, and extensions to communicate to Google that that specific ad group is for a certain service or product category. And then also at the ad group level is where we can do bid adjustments. For example, if you're running some phone call ads, you might want to put a increased bid adjustment on mobile devices, and we would do that at the ad group level as well. And then once you have your ad group set up, the way that your ads are actually shown to people is through ad placement auctions. Every time someone types in a relevant search, it essentially bids you against all of your competition to determine who gets those ad placements at the top of the page. And this auction selection is generally based on competition. So how many other advertisers are using the same keywords as you are, your monthly budget, your bid strategy, the objective of your campaign, and then also how relevant Google deems your ad to be to the search and the quality score that Google has given your ads. And in order to get this quality score, we need to optimize the ads. And we do this through optimizing for both the users that we want to arrive on the website, but also we need Google to give us a high ranking. And there are certain criteria that they look at that may not be completely in line with what we do, because Google makes money by the click. So they are prioritizing clicks and click-through rate in their metrics of what determines a high quality ad. But us as the advertisers, the companies make money by the conversion, not when somebody just clicks on the website. So that's what we prioritize. And to do this, both on the clicks and conversion side, we optimize the headlines and descriptions of the ads to make sure that they're closely related to the keywords and the extensions, as well as all the content on the landing page. The landing page is a large part of the quality score process. It essentially determines how Google knows what you're providing and whether or not they deem you to be an authoritative and well-established source to send someone for that. And so the speed of your landing page and content of your landing page will all contribute to that as well. So we'll have to take all of that into account from both the side of Google needing to rank your ads highly, but we also want to make sure that they are easy for humans and real leads to interact with and get what they want out of your website. And then to get there, we have some main metrics that we like to look at that we refer to as key performance indicators. They're both performance-based metrics as well as competitive metrics. And the performance-based metrics are ones that your account and your ads are generating. So this would be clicks, how many times people are interacting with your ad, the click-through rate, which is the percentage of people who see your ad who then interact with it, and then the average cost per click, which is about how much you pay every time someone interacts with one of your ads. And then also we want to look at conversions, conversion rate, and the average cost per conversion. Same thing across the board, except a conversion is when someone completes a desired action on your website or makes a phone call to you that lasts 60 seconds or longer. So we want to see how many people are interacting with your ads, how many people are doing something on your website once they've interacted with your ads, and then how much that's costing you. And then the competitive metrics that we look at are what determine kind of how you stack up against the other advertisers in your market. Impression share is going to be what percentage of searches that you were eligible to show up in that your ads actually showed up in. We would be able to see this data for your ads and your competitors. So it's a good representation of perhaps if someone has a higher budget than another, we would see a clear difference in impression share because they're able to spend more and show up in more auctions. We also have absolute top of page rate. This is what percentage of the time your ad shows up in that #1 position at the very top of the page for every time that your ads show up. So this is a great metric to measure how your ads are stacking up against your competitors' ads. If you're consistently showing up at the top of the page above their ads, then we know that your ads and possibly landing page are a bit higher quality than what they're working with. And then we also have the overlap rate. This is what tells us who our main advertising competitors are. The overlap rate tells us how often your ads are showing up alongside another competitor's ads. So if one of your main competitors had a 50% overlap rate, that would mean that 50% of the time your ads show up, theirs are showing up as well. And then lastly, the benefits of a fully optimized ad account. Once we get all of that stuff dialed in and are able to hone in on the data that's being provided to Google, as well as the performance that you are receiving through your ads, we start seeing more accurate audience targeting, where Google has better data to work with and can more easily identify what a high quality lead looks like for your specific account. More efficient budget spending. So you'll essentially get more bang for your buck. When Google knows what a high quality lead looks like in your account and everything is optimized and going well, they'll start being able to more efficiently spend the monthly budget that you give them towards high quality leads. And then in line with that increased lead quality, again, with that improved data and the optimized ads, Google is able to identify what a high quality lead looks like in comparison to some of the other traffic and interactions you're getting and prioritize those if you have the budget available. Through this, you'll get an improved return on your investment to Google Ads. As you spend money on Google Ads, we want to make sure that you guys are getting everything out of it and more that you're putting in. And as things become more and more optimized, that return on the investment becomes more apparent and better. It'll also lower your average cost per click. The higher Google rates your ads, the more likely they'll want to show to people. So the less you'll have to spend per click to get them in front of people each time. And then through all of this, you'll have way better auction performance, where you'll be able to break into those higher value auctions, compete against high quality competitors, and ideally come out on top with your ads performing well in those auctions that it's participating in. And that pretty much wraps it up for optimization of Google Ads. So I'll open it up now if anybody has any questions on anything that we just covered.